nobody knows the truth, but Harry and Meghan know the truth. Although, Ria, have you been able to figure out yet what the truth is?
It's their truth.
But what is their truth? Their truth about what?
Their truth is that, like so many other people on social media now, that they've been grievously harmed and insulted and it needs, and the story needs to be heard. Right?
I just keep waiting for the point. It's like we were talking about it earlier, and I thought it's like one of those Facebook adverts you see.
Have you ever seen a show called The Kardashians?
Yes.
It's that.
Right.
Just a different family.
But it's like, I mean, I've watched the first, I think, have I watched all 3 of the first episodes? I'm not sure. I certainly watched 2 of them before my sort of eyes started to seal shut in pain. And I completely get the message there that growing up as a royal is sort of thoroughly miserable. I think everyone knows that because of the relentless scrutiny and public interest. But I'm not convinced that growing up as the kid of sort of Meghan and Harry is going to be much better. I mean, they've basically recreated all the worst things about being a royal just in California, right, Ria?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm so curious to see it, but I don't want it to affect my algorithm. So I haven't logged in. I was about to, and I went, oh gosh, that's under my name. Mm-hmm. So I haven't watched it, but I don't know, because their kids are going to grow up with a California lifestyle, aren't they? So it is going to be different. And let's be honest, they went out there, they realized that they can't afford a lifestyle out there the way that they feel that they deserve to be funded, and so this has funded it. That's what this is. This is them taking $100 million from Netflix and then going, ooh, but it's like, we need to give them something.
But like one of the sort of, one of the sort of few great points I think that Harry makes. I'm really interested to know what you think of this. One of the few great points that he makes is all about how there is this pact between the royals and the media, where the royals give themselves to the media, and in exchange for that, they get to continue to be royals and they get to continue to be funded. And that's basically exactly the same pact that they've made with Netflix, isn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, sorry.
No, go on. No, go.
No, because I was about to say, I mean, I would argue, I think, were I to defend Harry and Meghan, that it is slightly different because there is probably more consent there on the part of Harry and Meghan, when actually they probably have a lot more control over what they say and what they do. And, Netflix is presumably not going to do anything behind their back or publish anything behind their back. But apart from that, yes, that is very much quite a similar, I think, arrangement.
Yeah, and the response that it gets relentlessly here, I don't just mean from us, I mean from bad people too. It's basically, I find it sort of teaches me the meaning of the word triggered. You can see that people are triggered by Harry and Meghan. There are various newspapers, I mean, they go completely mad. They'll have their top sort of 25 stories. Why do they trigger so, do you think, Ria? Is it a race thing?
Well, I think to be balanced on this, the fact is that they are opening up doors into something that we all pay for. Mm-hmm. We all fundamentally pay for the monarchy, and we've never had any kind of say or control over it. And this reeks true for other stories we're going to discuss today. And they've opened things wide, and I think there is a lot of outrage, and I think it is fair to feel outraged that the things that are going on within the monarchy. And I know there's a lot of, British people, and I say we because I am British, feel very protective about it. And we are very proud of our monarchy, and we know how much it brings in and how fascinated the entire world is, particularly by our royal family. But it's that double-edged sword that Brits have had to deal with for a while in terms of empire versus humanity. And they're calling that all into question. So I think that it is a valid conversation to be had. It's just that we're all kind of irritated that it's being led by... there's fault on both sides, isn't there? It's two narcissists, but they are validly bringing up points that we need to be looking at.
God, how frustratingly reasonable you sound. Look, Marie, you're a successful and prolific journalist, but if it all dried up and you had to take a job advising Meghan and Harry on their future PR, what would you get them to do next? Because you think there's diminishing returns for this kind of thing, right?
There is, surely they kind of. I'm trying to think. I think I would quite like them to launch some sort of shop or bar or venue. I think I quite like the idea of doing, a farm, maybe a farm. They can launch a farm and do this for 5 years. And then crucially, again, after that, they can do another massive Netflix thing on our years on the farm. And because they were, gone for 5 years, actually people may want to tune in again.
You're
I think
you're just nicking this off Jeremy
Wimbledon.
Clarkson. You want them to be Jeremy Clarkson.
They're going to
don't you?
start selling Duchy of Sussex sausages, are
Yeah.
they, in the LA Waitrose?
Well,
Exactly, exactly.
They've got that massive chicken coop, so
I'll
they
tell
can
you-
put it to use. Sorry, Rhea. Yeah.
I'll tell you the answer of what they should do. They should take their 100 million, which most of us could live on happily for the rest of our lives. They should downscale to a house that fits a family of 4 and live like the rest of us. I don't understand this. Why do we all assume that they must live at this opulent level that they must live at? I don't know if they're paying for security. That was a huge discussion before, wasn't it? Why isn't Daddy paying for my security anymore? It's going, well, you know what? Don't live a life where you need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And that Netflix money, that will last you and your children for a very long time.